For years, Frank Fowler Dow School Number 52 has shared a unique partnership with volunteers in the community, where students spend time one-on-one with adults reading books. This partnership, which began with members of Temple Breth Kodesh, has expanded to volunteers from across the Rochester area who are anxious to help keep the power of reading within the grasp of School 52 students.
We tell them that anyone can do this, and that, I think, is a key. The most important thing that they can do is read with the children and listen to the children read. That's always been what we've said to everyone, and it makes people feel like anyone can do that. It's kind of like having a grandma or grandpa or a mom or dad just sit down with you and just read. And many of our students don't have that opportunity. A lot of the parents are working. They're trying so hard to keep their children in shoes and all the things they need to do for their shelter that they just don't have the time to sit down and read with their children. So this program keeps the children in books at all times.
During the school year, volunteers work with students who are reading at close to grade level, which allows intervention teachers a chance to focus on at-risk students.
If you can take those children who are right on that fence and you can give them some extra time, you can focus in on an area that they need help in, then the volunteer feels great, the child feels successful, and then there's more time for the teacher who has professionally been trained to work with those children who need a lot of extra support.
Often, students only need a little bit more practice or affirmation about their reading comprehension, and volunteers are happy to listen.
And we target an area for the volunteers to work on, so it's not something that they're teaching, but they're reinforcing those areas. And when you give just a small piece of something to work on, then the volunteer feels comfortable and the student feels good and everybody feels like they've achieved something.
Over time, the school and its many partners agreed that this great work should be continued over the summer when students traditionally suffer a loss of momentum during summer break, and the summer reading program was born. Each morning during the 4-week program, students and volunteers gather in the school's cafeteria, where school staff pair up a student with a volunteer to read with or play reading-oriented educational games. Each student can choose reading material that suits their current reading level, as well as a cuddly reading buddy to take with them. Shortly after, it's out into the schoolyard or whatever nook and cranny of the school they wish, and as far as the eye can see, there's reading, and more reading.
We had over 100 volunteers last year volunteering during the 4 weeks, and this year again we had over 100 volunteers from all over. A lot of retired teachers, a lot of people who have worked with children before.
With 5 years under its belt and over 100 volunteers working with students during the 4-week program, 52's reading initiative is stronger than ever. School Number 52's summer reading program is just one of the many enriching programs offered each summer through the school district, its partners, and community volunteers.